Welcome, witches.
And evil queens.
That's what we're talking about today.
We're talking about Disney villainesses, and we're drinking Lady Grey tea, which is sort of perfect for the occasion, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of this interesting thing about Disney villains, who are women, that very few of them are just plain evil.
Yeah. They have layers.
Huh.
They're complex female characters.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think of which Disney villains are just straight up evil.
Cruella is straight up evil. She literally wants to wear puppies.
Mean.
I don't know how you could... That is just evil.
She has everything she wants except for this one thing, and that one thing is a puppy fur coat.
There's no turning back from that. That's just evil.
That's just evil. Maleficent, too. She has this reputation for being just plain evil.
Mm-hmm. She's style.
Classy.
Yes.
Yes, she does. I really did not like the movie Maleficent. I super don't like the backstory that she has, is that a guy betrayed her and cut off her wings. That's really rapey and sort of sexual genital mutilation-y, and I don't like that at all. And I don't think she needs a backstory. Evil fairy queens can just be evil fairy queens sometimes.
Yeah, look, some of us are just evil. It's okay.
But some Disney villainesses maybe have a legitimate beef. Ursula.
Oh man, Ursula.
Her backstory, which you don't really get in the original film, but that Disney layers in some of the the TV series,
the
and the
expanded
sequels and
universe
stuff.
of The Little Mermaid. She and her sisters did used to live in the palace, and were these sea witches, and he sort of felt like this power that they had was evil, stole it, essentially, including the trident. Christianity versus female paganism, allegory in there.
And while her taking out of that revenge on Ariel specifically is questionable.
She's still a villain.
she has a reason for being the way that she is. Yzma also has little bit of
she's been second in command for so long behind this, let's face it, complete idiot.
If you had to work for Cusco, I don't know how you would do it.
I would probably be Yzma too. I'd probably have a whole bunch of evil potions and Kronk.
She gave him and probably his father the best years of her life.
Yes.
And she doesn't have that much to show for it, and he's horrible.
It also doesn't hurt that she's voiced by the incredible Eartha Kitt.
Please. The thing about the villainesses that we think of as being not specifically Disney formed, like Cruella de Vil,
the Queen of Hearts,
and the Queen of Hearts, they're pretty well formed in the books in which they exist. Disney didn't have to invent a lot.
Yeah. Within an adaptation, sometimes it's just as important what you choose to exclude as what you choose to include. Because the Queen of Hearts in the 1953 Alice in Wonderland animated, she's essentially a really powerful wife. The King of Hearts is much maligned, he's very powerless, and she is very rational, as is everyone in Wonderland, and kind of cutting off people's heads. But she's kind of a wacky, power-mad housewife. But in the original stories, she's counterbalanced by the White Queen, who's very rational. So in that, it's
and if you think of
the
games that they represent, so the White Queen is the chess queen, and chess is an extremely rational game, whereas you can say that cards, being that they come from a place of gambling and maybe drinking and whatever, that's a less rational game, so they represent that in the story. When Disney cut out the rational side, what it really highlights is that Wonderland is a place that makes very little sense.
Yes.
And that Alice can't find her bearings in it, no matter what she tries, because there's no way to get on the Queen of Hearts' good side.
No.
She doesn't have a good side.
And everything is seen as a threat.
Yeah, she really does think that everyone's out to get her, as opposed to the Queen in Snow White, where Snow White isn't actually out to get her, but Snow White is a legitimate threat to her.
Yeah, the mirror has told her there's a specific threat out there to you.
This is how you neutralize it.
All right, I gotta nip this in the bud.
Yeah.
She's interesting too because Maleficent, I'd say, is really beautiful physically, and that queen in her quest for beauty, ends up being her old crone self instead.
It's so funny when you think of the crone as having very little power. I mean, in the pagan sense, the crone is the most powerful form of a woman. But that power has been systematically taken away by the patriarchy because older women are seen as threatening.
And those are the figures that you see in both Yzma and Cruella de Vil.
We have this weird fight going on between wanting to have a villain in the piece that is powerful, that is an actual threat to the hero, that is something that they will overcome, while at the same time you're dealing with these archetypes of women that are historically used to depower them.
And Disney does play into those.
Oh yeah, it uses that stuff very calculatedly.
To judge the villains a lot for their physical appearance sometimes. One villain that really contradicts that, I think, is Ursula. I remember when I was really little, when Ursula turns into Vanessa, the kind of like Ariel form of her, I was sort of like, well, Vanessa's really beautiful. She looks like Ariel, and I wanted to be Ariel. Like, why wouldn't Ursula stay that way? But Ursula loves how she looks.
Yeah.
Like, from the first moment she's on screen, you can tell she is enjoying being in her body, eating her snacks, putting on her lipstick. She is who she is.
Because she's a villain, it's played in a grotesque way.
Yes.
But the fandom has sort of embraced her for that.
There are moments when Ursula, you know, when she like flops over the edge of her giant shell kind of bed thing.
I always loved
She's
that.
so funny too, you know, just the drama of her.
So which of these villainesses,
Oh my god.
fully understanding that they are evil and that we are the evil twins of ourselves and joining the dark side for this episode, who are we going to read Alexa part of an army?
Oh man. I want to give Ursula the army.
Yeah?
I love Ursula.
I mean, yeah, because
She does have a weird army of those creepy lemming people whose lives she's stolen.
Oh yeah, the poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah.
I don't want to elect Yzma.
I'd like to read Yzma though.
Oh, do you think?
What if she had like books
A
on
memoir.
tape? Yeah,
Oh,
that
if she had
read.
books on tape.
Yeah, her memoir. Yzma's memoir would be pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, she's been through a lot and seen a lot.
She's been through a lot of cronks, too. And I'd like to see the cronkicles.
Oh, man. I actually think that if we elected Maleficent, if we gave her due respect, I think she would be okay. You know, it's all about respect for her. She didn't get invited to the christening. And so she threw down.
She has her own kingdom of lemmings also.
She already has an army.
We understand that she, you know, knows how to manage people.
I think if we just gave her duly elected power, then maybe she wouldn't, like, summon all of the powers of hell.
Yeah. Become a giant dragon.
Which is very cool.
If you have questions for us, please give them down. We'd like to put together a Q&A episode where we answer them here. Oh, man.